So today I have for you a shorter video than usual, but it's going to be the top 3 farming tips and tricks, specifically some tricks that you probably might not really know about or you haven't heard much about before, but I think they're going to be quite helpful for you, they're going to be interesting, and hopefully you enjoy them, and I'm also excited to record this. So let's see what they're going to be. So we'll start off first with the less interesting ones kind of, and then go towards the more interesting ones. But the first trick I have for you is when you farm, if you want to quickly farm trophies, just get 3 stars as quick as possible. I think the best army for this is the Sui Interroot Riders, which is the army we have over here. Now I think this army can get pretty quick 3 stars, especially in Titan League and that kind of stuff. Now the only thing about this army, first of all, the overgrowth spell. This kind of an old army that I used back in like February to push or something with Root Riders. But when you're in Titan League, you don't really need an overgrowth, so you can bring an extra rage spell and then just to crush through bases as quick as possible. Also, you don't really need a clan castle in this. You can use super minions if you have like the clan castle cake, but there's no need for it, so we'll just remove it. Rage spells are always helpful. You can quickly donate them to yourself with like barely any medals. But this is going to be it. We're only going to do one attack with this army because, well, like no one wants to see 3 stars on Titan bases. But at least so you get an idea of how to use the army. So for example, this base has a decent amount of loot. What's basically the idea for the attack? It's king on one side, queen siege barracks on the others, and then everything spammed down the middle. And we're going to see how quickly we can 3-star with this army. So let's just take a look. It's a terrible base, of course, but this is basically what Titan League is about. Spam and pray as quick as possible. I actually don't even need the ice golem. I have no idea why I have it. Okay, this crusher mortar is kind of annoying. But basically, no planning into this attack. Like, really, I'm just dropping spells and the base is going to be crushed super quickly. RC ability, rage spell helps. 1 minute, yeah, basically, so basically you get 3 stars in 1 minute with this army. If, like, on the slower end, if, like, you get kind of a good base and you mess up badly, you can 3-star in a minute and a half, but usually it's 60 seconds, a minute 15 seconds, like that. So you can see that you can 3-star pretty quickly with this army. So I tried a lot, like I switched through maybe 20 different bases to kind of try to look for a base that's a little bit more real. Maybe, I don't know if it'll be a tiny bit more difficult, just to show you that it doesn't really make a difference. And this army kind of crushes through any base. But we can do one more attack and try to triple in 60 seconds. This hook tower is trash too, but I need to kind of get the king in to activate it. Let's get the king in siege barracks. Basically, as long as you funnel on either side, you'll be okay. Kind of. I don't know, the troops are splitting. But again, doesn't really matter, it's just random bases and stuff. And this is literally the best base I could find out of a million searches. Actually, this attack is going to be really slow. But still should be tripled. Let's see if we can get it in 30 more seconds. It also had a clan castle, the base, so this is really the toughest challenge you can find with this. I nearly X'd out of the attack, but yeah, 1 minute 47. This is basically going to be kind of, I guess, the slowest attack you can get with this army. You can't really find any more resistance than this in Titan League and that kind of stuff. Still a 90-second triple, so oh well. And if you're just going for loot, you can also X out right now. But yeah, whatever, let's just wait for this attack to finish, then we'll go to the next tips after this. Now the next trick I have, which is for Dark Elixir farming, is actually kind of a fun trick, which is not super serious, but you can snipe Dark Elixir storages with the King's Spiky Ball and the Queen's Giant Arrow, and you basically just need some invisibility spells to redirect the Spiky Ball, which is kind of fun to do. You can definitely miss sometimes. I would say you're gonna get it maybe 50%, 70% of the time, depending on how good you are with your aiming and that kind of stuff. But it can be fun and just a really quick way to farm in certain cases. So let's go into a base and see what we can do. Okay, now this base doesn't have any Dark Elixir, but we're still going to try and snipe the storage. Basically just invis the building so the Spiky Ball can go through. You don't really need perfect aim, but let's see. I'll take out the outside defenses. Sometimes you need to, sometimes you don't, but let's see. That was nice, and now we snipe the storage. Okay, see, I nearly missed, but that was kind of a fun way to do it. Sometimes storages have a bit more Dark Elixir in them, and can be some good value if you can really get this done in like 10-15 seconds, a great way to snipe some Dark Elixir. Now my last trick is going to be an invisibility spell trick, and I actually showed this in my second ever video which I made, which was called like how to farm like a pro. Back then, of course, you know, my audio quality was kind of bad and all that stuff, and it was actually a pretty good video, you know, but now a lot of the things in it are less relevant with no training time. It was a pretty nice video on how to efficiently farm. But anyways, this trick basically tells you that to make a building invisible, all you need to do is hit this part of the building right over here. Actually, I should probably show it with red so it's clearer. Right over here, the tip of the building. Touching the building anywhere else will not make it invisible, and we're going to show you that right now. And you can keep this in mind, of course, for anytime you want to use invis spells, whether with sneaky goblins to invis them so they can take out the town hall so you don't make the town hall invisible, or if, for example, you want to set up a fireball and you want to make sure the buildings go invisible. So let's see if we can hit this first try. We don't want... Okay, that made the building invisible because it touched it here. But now let's try to not make it invisible. So we'll go here, here, here. Okay, that one was a bit off, but you basically get the idea. Actually, back when I made this video, I hit them all like first try. Did like the 4 invis ring around the clan castle, which is fun. Okay, but you at least see the idea. We can do it with a town hall now. You can see it didn't go invisible, only when you touch that tip it goes invisible. And how about Infernos? I think this one's very difficult to do. I've never tried it, but yeah. Infernos 2x2 buildings. Okay, see, that basically shows. That means I guess you kind of have to hit the bottom of the Inferno to make it invisible. Yeah, difficult to aim, but you basically get the idea. It's a fun trick, cool trick, and it can come in handy sometimes, especially with 3x3 buildings and that kind of stuff. So I hope you found this video useful. Maybe you learned a few interesting and fun things that you can do, whether you want to quickly climb some trophies and get 3 stars as quickly as possible, or maybe if you want to farm some Dark Elixir and snipe some storages inside the base. Or even you learned a few things about the invisibility spell, which can be helpful with fireball attacks, or maybe sneaky goblin farming if you just want to snipe a town hall or something and you don't want to make it invisible, no matter what side of the town hall, of course, you come in from, you'll know just to not touch that tip. That's going to make it invisible. So that's going to be it. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and bye bye.